have you felt how this time in history is changing so much since last year? Since we entered the age of Aquarius back in March 2021, I feel everything that is no longer serving the collective and everything that is unauthentic is starting to crumbling. Like everything that was working before, I feel is no longer working. And yeah, like we can see that in politics and religious and everything that's happening in the world. Last time that the Aquarian age occurred back in the 19th century, it was a time of revolution, both financial, political, and industrial. For the past 200 years, we've been, a lot of things involved, including technology and the way we communicate. Um, but yeah, there are some other things that are no longer working. And this age of Aquarius, this age of air, Aquarius being an air sign, it's a much more feminine energy, a much more an energy of flow, of like mothering, much more nurturing than the age we were before. So yeah, let me know if you're feeling like that as well. In the past, I would say for the past 200 years, whenever we needed to look for answers about the world around us and to make sense of the chaos that's been in the world, and that has been building up over the last 200 years, one of the things being this environmental crisis. Whenever we looked for answers, we didn't look within. We looked to the patriarchy for guidance. We looked at rules and guidance and structure without questioning much all the laws and the conditioning that was imposed on us as a collective. And we simply carried on following these rules, buying into the control and fear-based narrative and the panic that the patriarchy wanted us to believe. And as I was saying, a lot of things evolved. And one of the things that supposedly evolved was the freedom of speech. However, we are still being silent and punished if we speak up, if we question things, if we don't agree with things. We are labeled the anti, fill in the gap, the rebels. And so we are still, in a way, carry on pretending to be okay with the constrictions, pretending that we have our life together and that we are happy in the jobs that we have, that we are happy in the relationships we are in, just to portray that everything is okay. So we are still pretending. Bear in mind that the age of Aquarius only started last year and will last for another 100 years or so. So This will take time, but hope is there. There is hope for us and things will change. And what makes me excited about this is that we might not see the change, but our children will, and our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. So hopefully the world will be much better now that we are entering this time in history where we are moving from the patriarchy to the matriarchy, where women will have a voice and will lead. We are moving from the force and structure and, punishment and, forcing things into an energy of flow and creativity and nurturing, and moving basically from this very masculine energy to not an entirely feminine energy, but a balance between the yin and yang, a balance between the feminine and the masculine, together, working together for the collective. And that's what's making me excited about this. But as we are entering this new time in history, this new age, things are already fading away. The universe is already trying to tell us something, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. You probably already noticed that people are no longer confirming to what is said or what is demanded by the patriarchy. As I was saying before, people are already starting to ask questions. People are starting to research, to seek information, to make informed decisions rather than being pushed to comply with something. And everything that is not authentic can be felt miles away. We feel the energy. We feel when someone is not being truth. We feel when we have a figure of power telling things that are not entirely truth. We feel it. We can feel the energy, even online. We feel it when people are just saying things that are fake. We feel the energy. The vibration is there. We can smell it miles away. And also, you perhaps have noticed that these small changes in vibration and energy and all, the people are not already complying. They are being more informed and more awakened. Already starting to happen in your own life, like those friendships that you thought that will last forever, that those friends that were in your life for since you remember and that you thought would last forever are starting to drift away. The friendship is starting to drift away. Perhaps you are growing and evolving in a way, whilst some friendships, some people are still there, not in the same vibration as you. And so naturally, I'm not saying it's abrupt, but naturally, it's just starting to drift away. And maybe as well is getting harder to show up for a job that no longer lights you up, that your heart is no longer in it. And it's harder to get up in the morning, and it's harder to carry on with your day pretending that everything is fine. And again, it's getting harder to put on that fake smile, pretending everything is okay and everything, in your life is, all together, like you have your life all together, whilst you chit chat with people with whom you feel you have nothing in common. There is nothing in there. Perhaps before you would have this chit chat, talk about the weather, and you will be able to just fake smile. And then it's getting to a point that you're just getting tired of pretending, getting tired of pretending to care about things that you don't, or having conversations that doesn't light you up, doesn't make you grow. It's just so you can please other people or having something in common to talk about. You're just getting tired. Maybe you're already feeling this way in your life. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you, if you already are feeling these shifts in your own life. And, I just want to tell you, if you've been feeling like this, if you have been feeling like this, if this has been is resonating with you, know that this is the universe trying to tell you something. Just is trying to tell something. The question is, what is it that the universe is trying to tell you? Because every time you feel you are pretending, you will feel exhausted. Pretending, it's, when you are pretending, you are putting a lot of energy into having the awareness of what you're talking, how you're talking, your physical, your body communication. So you're putting a lot of energy, a lot of focus on pretending. And that's very draining. That's very exhausting. And you start to feel more and more exhausted the more you keep pretending and not noticing what the universe is trying to actually tell you. And the thing is, the more you pretend, or the more you ignore these things that make you feel uncomfortable, these situations that no longer feel aligned with you, or the people that you feel no longer have nothing in common. But if you carry on pushing and pushing that, the universe will keep sending you situations that will try to call for your, not only your attention, but for your authenticity. Is trying to get your attention, for you to get real. Be real, be yourself. Speak up your needs, speak up your desires. Stop pretending. Be authentic. That's what the universe is trying to tell you. Relationships, jobs, friendships, and everything you once took for granted are changing, are starting to crumbling, are starting to fade away. And this is the universe trying to tell you, where are the areas that you need to be more authentic? Where are the areas that you still keep pretending and not being yourself? Because you're probably clinging on to something. Either being a job, either being a relationship, a partner, either being a friendship, you're still clinging on to that, to the past, to what it was, what we used to be. But you are changing. And so everything around you is changing. That's why there is this what is the word? There is this, it's like two worlds are different. You are changing and you are in one vibration, and your desires and needs are changing, your priorities, you are evolving. And then there is these people, these hobbies, these jobs that once fulfilled you, but no longer feel aligned. So there is this friction. You know what I mean? Like there is this friction between the two things. And that's why you feel exhausted. That's why you feel something is missing. That's why you feel that although you have everything that you are supposed to have, something is missing. And what is missing is actually you being real, you being authentic with yourself. So you are authentic with others. As a collective, our foundations are being shaken up. I told you, we are entering a new time in history. We are entering, or we're starting to enter the age of Aquarius. It's a completely different vibration here. And so we are awakening to the truth and to what is real, what feels real. And we, as individuals, are seeking more real connections. We are seeking fulfilling careers. We are seeking more flow in our lives. Maybe not so much doing and working hard and doing things hard and, just having our focus in the future. But we are more wanting to be in the present, connecting with our essence, connecting with those real relationships in our life. Not so much the keeping up with the Johnstons and just trying to chase after chase after chase what is materialistic, what is fake, what is fear of missing out. All of those things, we are awakening now to, hang on, why do I actually want this? Do I want this because so-and-so have it? Because so-and-so told me I need to do it and to have it? Or do I really want this because it's my desire? This is something that I feel aligns with me. And we are seeing this in the world. I would say that even before the age of Aquarius took place in March 2021, I think the pandemic in 2020 started this. The fact that the world literally stopped and we couldn't do the things that we were used to do and be with the people that we were used to be, a lot of shifts happened. Unfortunately, many of us lost people during that time. And this grief, this collective grief, made us recalibrate. We had to recalibrate to a new reality without the people that used to be in our lives and then we lost. We had to recalibrate to a reality where jobs had to adapt, our own life had to adapt, and we had to grieve like the freedom that we used to have. And then what I said, that people are not conforming to what is being said to us, the fear-based things. Yes, in the start, a lot of people were still buying into the fear-based and following all the rules. But then people started to wake up, to see the truth for what it is, to question, to seek information. Yes, we're still not able to speak up. We can see that we can't share everything on Facebook or social media without it being banned or taken off, or having our own social media accounts in jail, or being labeled as anti, fill in the gap. But things are changing. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning. The universe is trying to tell you to embrace change, to be open to the ebbs and flows that come with change, any change. And the reconstructing of our foundations that are now starting to crumble. Just be open to that reconstruction. Be open to the ebbs and flows of change. Be open and embrace change. The universe is trying to tell you to find your truth. Not other people's truth, not other people wants you to believe is true. Your truth. What feels true to you, to your essence. And he's trying to tell you to ground yourself somewhere that feels real and happy. And grounding yourself might be in a physical location, might be in a romantic relationship, it might be in friendships, it might be in a job. Just ground yourself to what feels real to you, what feels true to you, what feels aligned with you as you are becoming, or better, as you are remembering. Hope you can hear me. So that my mic was mute. I got a notification from my email and it just shut my mic. So hopefully it's working now. So yeah, as I was saying, the more the universe is trying to tell you to find your truth and ground somewhere that feels real to you, that really makes you happy, you, that aligns with your needs and your desires, not what the Johnsons need, or what the Johnsons desire, or what the Johnsons have, or what the Johnsons tell you to have in order for you to be happy. Deep down, you know what makes you happy. Some people might feel like happiness is to have a lot of money and is to go on vacations 2-3 times a year, traveling. Other people might feel like happiness is to have their own family, start their own family, or start their own business because the job they are in is just sucking their life away. But ultimately, what we all seek and what we all feel happy is when we are free. When we feel free from constrictions, from financial burdens, from doing things that feel is our responsibility, our duty, but is not really what we want to do. Or because it's not the right time, like starting a family or moving jobs. We ultimately, what we want is freedom. So what does it make you feel free? What is the universe trying to tell you in order for you to feel free and happy? The more you resist change, the harder it will get. The more the universe will send these situations to get your attention, to make you see what's not in alignment with your essence. So what does it feel aligned to you? Again, your true desires, your true needs, your true nature, the person you are now. Okay? Because whenever you feel that comfortable feeling and that voice telling you that something doesn't feel right, you know, when you get those moments that you're just chit-chatting with someone or you're reading something and there's that voice or that feeling in your gut, like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. I don't know, I something here doesn't sit well with me. Or when you have that voice that or that feeling that tells you that you are meant for more, that you are meant for so much more, even that you don't know what the more is, but you know that is not the way you're living. When you get these uncomfortable feelings and these sensations and these whispers, trust that is the universe trying to tell you something. And then surrender. Surrendering is a beautiful thing, because when we surrender, we are trusting that we are safe, that all will be well, that we are not in control. We are accepting that we are not in control. We can try and plan and see what the risks are and have our to-do lists and plan of how our life is going to be in 5 years' time. We can try and do that, but we are not in control of it. There is something, always something, that is out of our control. And when we surrender, we are accepting that it is not, our life is not in our control. There are things that are not in our control. And we step back. And when we surrender, trust, and step back, that is the time that you let your soul lead the way. And I found this so powerful. Because when we are trying to control, when we are trying to resist change, when we are trying to carry on pretending everything is fine, we are not surrendering to what is best for us. We are not surrendering to change. We are not surrendering for what is for our highest good. Our ego is in charge, is leading the way, trying to lead the way based on that blueprint that we planned, that we created for our life. But then when we get bumps in the road and things get out of our control, we get stuck. We get in the mud, the mucky mud. But when we accept that there always be things that we cannot control, and whatever happens, all will be well, and that we are safe, and we surrender our control, our need for control, and we trust, the ego steps back, and we'll let our soul lead the way. And when our soul leads the way, we go from the force and structure, masculine energy of the ego to the more nurturing flow, ease, and trusting energy of the soul, the feminine. We are more present. We are more grounded. We are able to notice the guidance, to hear the soul whispers, and to lead the more authentic life. So now I'm asking you, what is the universe trying to tell you?